Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and welcome to our quick guide on Turbulent Timeways, a 7-week event offering players a journey through prior expansions in World of Warcraft. With a ton of mounts, pets, transmogs, and other items to grab, this event offers a lot to get for your characters, ultimately ending with a really nice gold and black bumblebee skyriding mount, the Timely Buzzbee. The Turbulent Timeways event is a perfect way to dive back into prior expansion content, complete time-walking dungeons, and reap some fantastic rewards. So, let's dive in. So what is Turbulent Timeways? It's a 7-week time-walking event that runs from January 7th to February 25th, with each week changing to a different WoW expansion. It starts with Mists of Pandaria and ends with Cataclysm, and you can see which expansion is active each week in the in-game calendar. We've listed it here for quick reference as well. To get started, you simply open the Group Finder and then select Dungeon Finder and Time Walking in the drop-down menu. Selecting Find Group puts you into a queue for a random time-walking dungeon from the active expansion. During Turbulent Timeways, when you are in a time-walking dungeon, your character and item level are scaled down to a power level suitable for that particular expansion. It's available to any character level 10 and up, and loot drops are scaled to what is appropriate for your level. So let's cover how to get the Timely Buzzbee mount, along with a slew of other mounts, toys, and transmogs. Each time you queue up and complete a time-walking dungeon for the week, you receive a stack of the Knowledge of Timeways buff. Each stack grants you 5% extra experience for killing mobs and completing quests. When you complete 4 time-walking dungeons for the week and receive 4 stacks of Knowledge of Timeways, the buff converts to Mastery of Timeways, which increases your experience gains to the maximum of 30%. To complete the Master of Turbulent Timeways 2 achievement, you need to get the Mastery of Timeways buff 5 out of the 7 weeks during the Turbulent Timeways event. Honestly, this is a really easy one to complete. Time-walking dungeons only take about 5 to 7 minutes to complete, so you can have all 4 finished in about 20 to 30 minutes. Once the achievement is completed, you're rewarded with the Timely Buzzbee, a really cool gold and black bumblebee skyriding mount. But that is only one of several mounts that you can grab during the Turbulent Timeways event. Each week, a new time-walking vendor is available for the current active expansion. Each vendor sells a different mount for 5,000 Time Warp Badges. For the week of January 7th, during Mists of Pandaria, you can find Mistweaver Zai on the Timeless Isle for the copper-maned Quilen skywriting mount. For January 14th, during Warlords of Draenor, you can find Cronus at Warspear or Tempera at Stormshield for the Nightfall Skyweaver skywriting mount. During the week of January 21st, during Legion, you can find Eridormi in Legion Dalaran for the Ur'zul Fleshripper skywriting mount. January 28th, during WoW Classic, you can find Bobadormu at the Caverns of Time for the Frayfeather Hippogryph mount, which we had during the anniversary event. Note that his location may have changed since the anniversary event, but we just don't know yet. For the week of February 4th, during the Burning Crusade, you can find Kupri in Shatrath for the Amani Hunting Bear ground mount. During the week of February 11th, for Wrath of the Lich King, you can find Auzen in Dalaran for the Enchanted Spellweave carpet. And finally, for the week of February 18th, during Cataclysm, you can find Kiotki in either Stormwind or Orgrimmar for the Broodling of Sinestra mount. In addition to these, all time-walking vendors sell last year's Turbulent Timeways reward mount, the Sandy Shalewing, for 5,000 Time Warp Badges. The Turbulent Timeways event is also a great time to grab gear for your main character or alts that need a little boost. For level 80 characters, you pick up the quest A Shrouded Path Through Time from Archivist Frithrin in front of the inn in Dornigal. Completing 5 time-walking dungeons for the week rewards a heroic level cache of Nerubian treasures with gear at item levels 610 to 619. Completing time-walking dungeons also contributes to your Great Vault rewards, and you'll receive a 593 item level piece of gear when you complete 1, 4, or 8 time-walking dungeons. In addition to the mounts and gear, you can grab a ton of toys, companion and battle pets, and transmogs from the Timewalking vendors. For example, during this first week of Miss of Pandaria, you can get the Infinite Hatchling and Paradox Spirit pets. You can also grab the Adopted Puppy Crate toy, which releases a kennel full of pugs in various costumes. What's not to love about that? So with all these rewards, how do you get the Time Warp Badges? Well, each week during the Turbulent Timeways event, you'll get an item from your first Timewalking dungeon that starts a quest which is turned into the Timewalking vendor. The quest rewards 500 Time Warp Badges on your first character and 200 on any subsequent characters. You'll also get 10 Time Warp Badges from each Timewalking dungeon boss and 20 from the dungeon's final boss. Turbulent Timeways is also a great time to level alts and farm reputation for prior expansion factions. As we mentioned earlier, the Mastery of Timeways buff boosts your experience gain for killing mobs and completing quests by 30%. The buff lasts 3 hours, and completing a Timewalking dungeon prior to the buff expiring resets it back to the 3 hours, so you can basically maintain it indefinitely. For reputation farming, you'll also get a 50% reputation bonus for any enemies defeated and quests completed for the week's active expansion. For reputations, you can also buy commendation badges for factions associated with the active expansion from Timewalking vendors. Each costs 50 Time Warp Badges and awards 300 reputation with the associated faction. Finally, you can earn even more reputation by wearing faction tabards. For example, during Cataclysm, you can gain additional reputation with the Earthen Ring, Wildhammer Clan, Therazane, Ramkahin, or Dragonmaw Clan by wearing the tabards when you're running the Timewalking dungeons. So, Turbulent Timeways offers a fantastic opportunity to revisit the past and explore the dungeons and rewards of different WoW expansions each week. Whether you're aiming for unique mounts like the Timely Buzzbee, gearing up your characters, or farming reputations with the time-limited bonuses, this event delivers a lot of value. So queue up for a dungeon, stack up those Time Warp Badges for even more rewards, and make the most of this event before it wraps up on February 25th. As always, let us know your thoughts and any questions you have down below in the comments, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what's coming up next. And a special shout out to our members for your continued support. We very much appreciate it. And everyone, have a great day.